Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Nerd Bros Podcast, episode 24.
Kobe episode, chat. Kobe episode.
Kobe.
Kobe episode is crazy. Yes, this podcast will be out on Christmas Eve, chat. So, Merry Christmas. We hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing Christmas Eve, and of course, Christmas.
All right. Well, before we get into things, don't pray. Oh, man, that's terrible.
Dude.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for this day. And thank you for this opportunity that we have again to just do this podcast. I praise you, Lord, for this platform that we get to just speak on. Thank you for this time of year, Lord. We praise you for the gift that came at Christmas. That was you, Jesus, the ultimate gift. I pray that you help us to remember the true reason of why we celebrate. And the reason why we celebrate is because this represents the beginning of salvation. Because you had to show up as a baby in order for us to eventually be saved by your sacrifice and resurrection on the cross. And so help us to remember that this time of year is not just a representation of the beginning of your life, but it's the beginning of our new lives as your children. And I pray that you help us to just share you with the world. I pray that people will remember the true meaning of Christmas. I pray that you help us all to just be kind to each other, serve one another, be giving and loving to one another. And I pray that you'll just have your way in our lives. Help us to reflect you in everything that we say, think, and do. And help us to remember, Lord, you had to come down so that we could eventually go up. We praise you, we love you, and thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Put this back on before that. It's crazy clipped. Chat. I was going to get the same exact hat as Evan. But you know the vibes, baby. Star Wars. You already know. If Evan could have found one that was looked like Spider-Man, like Spider-Man suit on his hat, he would have got it.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. I was gonna say something, I can't remember. Oh, do you want to go over kind of what we're doing for the episode?
Yeah.
Give them a quick.
So big thing tonight, obviously you'll see it by the thumbnail. We are going to be talking about our predictions for Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2, which comes out on Christmas. So definitely stay tuned to the end for that. But before we get into all that, we're going to do news and rumors. We have a couple bigger segments. One of them is about Ahsoka. The other one is about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And we are also going to be doing a Christmas movie draft tonight. So that's going to be the agenda. Also, make sure you stay tuned. There is actually a vlog, the first ever Nerd Bros vlog coming out on Christmas Day itself. It's a vlog of our Christmas that we just had together on Saturday. So you will see everything that went into that.
Yep. I find it very funny, chat, that we had, so every year we do Christmas together, like we exchange gifts and stuff, but we actually did it this year. I mean, we always do it early, right? Except for one year, it was really late. It was really bad. We did it in March, okay, chat? It happens, right? It is what it is. Anyway, we always do it early, but the crazy thing is, this is the first year that I can think of that we did Christmas together early, yet we're going to be hanging out Christmas night. So it's kind of crazy, but we did it because we wanted to get you guys a vlog. So
that's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. First thing up with news and rumors. We're getting a brand new Darth Maul comic miniseries. So it is called Star Wars Shadow of Maul, and it's a 5-part comic miniseries. The series will be a direct prequel to the new Maul Shadow Lord series coming next year. That in itself is really cool. I can't really think of any time recently that we've gotten a prequel story that leads in comic form anyway, that leads into a new show or movie. I think that's really cool. Don't really know too much about it. We do know that the series is written by Benjamin Percy, who also wrote the comic series Darth Maul Black, White, and Red that came out last year. So I think it's pretty cool. The guy obviously knows the character. It's a very different time period of Darth Maul that he's doing this time as opposed to that story last year, because that one last year was, I'm pretty sure, pre Phantom Menace. So yeah, definitely a different Maul, but I think it's pretty cool. I love the connectivity that they're doing here. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited for it.
I do think it's awesome. I think that more shows, more movies need to be doing something like this where they have like a
Agreed.
comic run that leads up to it
Mhm.
and you can get a little bit more lore before it goes into it. I do know that something similar is happening for Doomsday because the infamous Iron Man storyline is getting like relaunched, but it's like infamous Iron Man and is has some in the title they now have something about Doom as well. So I
Hmm.
think it's great. I think it's a great move. Especially because I think out of all of the projects for next year, Maul is going to be my favorite Star Wars going into it. So getting to read the lore um beforehand and just kind of getting a bigger picture, getting a little bit of that, I think it's going to be cool. And you'll find out why Trey made that face in probably about 25 minutes.
Yeah, chat. It's rough. I will say, I think I'm gonna agree with the statement he just made, if what I talk about later is true. So yeah, yeah. Like I
But
said, I'm super excited for that comic series. The cool thing is, so we're just curious, how quickly do we get new comics on Unlimited? Do you know?
Unlimited normally is after the fact.
Mhm.
Like we don't get them when they first launch. So a lot of the time, because I know like with the Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man 2024 series that I was reading, I can't remember the exact amount. It might have been somewhere between 3 to 6 months behind.
3 to 6.
I think it was 3 to 6. So yeah. So when does it come out?
I believe March.
So if
It
that's the
could be
case,
January. I could be wrong.
if it's January, then we probably would get it between April and July. And if it's March, then it's probably between June and September.
And I think they're releasing them weekly too. So
Now, you could still go online. There's different sites you can find where they do have the newer comics that come out, and you probably could read them online before they come to Unlimited. It's a little bit more annoying because you get like pop-up ads and stuff like that. But there's some sites that you could use and you could read it beforehand, not have to wait on it.
true. Okay. Because what I was thinking is content. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
want to actually do content with those, like kind of quick. You know what I mean? Just because I want to beat the show, right? So that's really kind of what, because I don't know when the show's coming out. I'm expecting. I was All right, we'll get into what I was about to say later. We'll get into it in a minute. So
Uh, next for news and rumors. This one is more on the rumor side, but it's got some credibility to it. There is talks that a solo Wolverine movie is in the works, and it sounds like if this is in the works, then it is still going to be Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine.
ooh, that's sick.
Um, Big indicator behind this of why it seems kind of likely. Marvel recently just filed a new trademark for Wolverine.
Hmm.
So I don't know. They've had the joke forever that Wolverine's going to be here till he's 90. Um, Hugh Jackman recently stated because they asked him, they're like, do you still have some do you still have some left in the tank to play Wolverine? Because obviously he is showing up for. We don't know for a fact if it's going to be Doomsday, but I'm pretty sure that he will absolutely be in Secret Wars. He could be in both, so we're gonna get at least 1 to 2 movies already with him. They've speculated for a long time that his Wolverine's going to still be here after the events of Secret Wars. So if that's the case, I don't know if Wolverine's going to show up after Secret Wars. That would kind of make more sense because that's when the X-Men are going to be starting. Um, is after Secret Wars for the MCU. So I don't know. I think it would this movie if it does show up, it's going to be somewhere between 2028 and beyond.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, look, I'm excited for more Wolverine, so I still need to watch X-Men chat.
The live action ones are
No,
animated.
animated.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. My gosh.
Yeah, chat. He's been on me about it.
Like I'm on an X-Men kick right now, playing Marvel United. But
I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal, chat. Let's make a deal. That was a banger growing up. I liked that show. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll finish X-Men. I'll even add Daredevil, all of it, because I need to. If you do Andor season 2.
oh, that's yeah. I've seen Andor season 2, episode 1.
Right.
My dad has watched Andor a ton, so he had a couple of the episodes on the other day, and I saw a lot of the parts like the last couple episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last couple episodes are pretty good. Has so really quick. Has he seen Andor season 2 more or less than Top Gun Maverick?
I'm going to say less,
Yeah.
but he's watched it a lot
Wow, interesting. Okay.
because he's watched Top Gun Maverick at least 70 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's with Top Gun Maverick as I was from about 2015 to 17 with episode 7. Do you remember that? Me
Dude,
telling you how many times I watched episodes. It was in the 70s in that 2-year span. It was so chat. Getting new Star Wars for me was just a different feeling.
I still don't think you or my dad have anything on HD watching Tombstone.
You don't think?
Dude, that dude watches Tombstone like every week. That's a minimum of 52 times in a year.
Yeah, he does watch it a lot. I remember one week he watched it twice because he was building his cars.
Like, dude,
Yeah. Hey, I
crazy.
mean, look, everybody loves what they love, man.
Hey,
I mean,
absolutely.
chat. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And then look around Evan's room. I mean, everybody loves what they love.
That's right.
So in that case, I get it. We on to the next one?
I do have your question though.
Mhm.
How do you feel about Hugh Jackman continuing as Wolverine as opposed to getting a new Wolverine?
It's kind of tough because we've had the similar discussion about them recasting and giving us a new Green Goblin.
Mhm.
And I feel the same way about Hugh as I do um, Willem Dafoe. So I kind of want more of that character, and I really want that specific character to be given a great shot in the MCU. So I'm cool with Hugh. If they did recast him, I'm fine with that too. I do think that's coming eventually, to be honest, because he's getting up there in age.
My biggest thing about it is if they are, because they're going like a really, really young X-Men. Now, with that being said, Wolverine as a character is much older than all of the X-Men. He was way before them.
Yeah,
Um, but still, Hugh Jackman himself is getting old. So,
yeah.
and I know they can de-age and they can do a lot of stuff now, but like, how long are you going to be able to do that and him not start looking really, really old or getting hurt because he's unable to do it anymore?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'd be okay with the recast, but I'd also be perfectly fine with getting to see him get a short stint in the MCU. Obviously apart from Deadpool and Wolverine. So,
Gotcha.
yep. What about you? Do you want a full recast or?
I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where I love Hugh as well. Like Wolverine, he's a big reason I love Wolverine. But I wouldn't be opposed to getting a new Wolverine after Secret Wars. Like we get to see him two more times,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
when
gonna
they
say
start the
that.
new X-Men, I would like to have a new Wolverine and kind of just new everybody. But
Yeah,
I don't know because especially if we're getting a solo Wolverine movie, then it doesn't sound like we're going to be getting that. unless something ends up happening with him and he like retires like in the MCU and X-23 becomes the new Wolverine.
I'd be fine with that.
Because she's a lot younger. Daphne Keane could be playing the character a long time.
That is true. That is very true. Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Absolutely. All right, chat. So we have another cool little piece. Once again, about Darth Maul. We've been getting a little bit of Darth Maul stuff this week. So the official plot description for the Maul Shadow Lord series that comes out next year on Disney Plus. So I mean, we got it. So Maul Shadow Lord explores Maul's quest for power in the gritty and merciless underworld following the aftermath of the Clone Wars and Order 66. It's a pretty cool description. It doesn't really give us a ton, but it's kind of just yeah, he's gonna take over the underworld. He's just gonna try to be his own massive, huge boss and kind of build his own small empire while the empire is reigning.
I think a big reason why I'm massively excited for that is because we're finally going to get a tie-in to Solo.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get Kira?
I hope so.
I do too. I do too.
Like,
Imagine Amelia Clark comes back to voice her.
I'll take that.
I would too. I will say it had been rumored for a very. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. You're good.
It had been rumored for a very long time that a lot of people wanted the continuation of that story and wanted more Kira. Now, obviously, we have the Crimson Reign comics and stuff where she is in, with Vader and stuff. But I will say, I do think this is their shot to give us more Kira. So, although this is before Solo, so
If that's the case, I want to see Paul Bettany come back as Dryden Voss.
that would be pretty cool. He was in Clone Wars. Obviously, you didn't hear his voice, so it was just his character. But yeah, I think that would be incredible, incredible.
Oh, dude, that'd be expensive to put him on that show, though. Paul Bettany's
You think?
he's gotten a lot more. I don't want to say value, but he's worth a lot more as an actor now from doing like projects like Avengers and stuff like that now.
I almost want to say Amelia Clark would want more to do Maul Shadow Lord than she did for Solo,
Probably.
because she was still somewhat of a smaller actress at the time. Now, she's done Star Wars and Marvel. She's gonna want a bag. But again, I do hope personally that we get some incredible cameos in the show. I don't want it to be like, cameo driven and like that's the only thing that makes it good. But I want some surprise cameos that we don't get in the trailer or nothing like that. Also, I am really excited for that trailer. Can't wait to do a reaction video on that. That's gonna be fun.
Any idea when we're getting it?
No clue. My guess is if so. Obviously, we're gonna get it after that comic run, and I think the comic run's in the first quarter. So my guess is we're gonna get the trailer in the first quarter. That's just my. That would be a pretty cool gift on Thursday, Disney, if you're listening. Mall trailer Thursday. Just saying, just throwing that out there. I have seen
I
the
think
leaked one. I have seen the leaked one
I think we're going to get the Spider-Man trailer on Thursday.
on Thursday on Christmas.
I think we're going to get it.
Woo. So that means you can't come over until you film the reaction.
Right.
Oh, you know what would be kind of cool?
Hmm.
You film it here. Just a
They,
complete
they
surprise. That would be sick.
That'll happen if they end up releasing it late.
They released it at 10:01. You get here at 10. That'd be the
Like,
luck.
Trey, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Trey, I need your room, bro. I need the computer. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Oh, bro, I could do the whole thing from my phone.
Well, yeah, but why? If you have this, I would
That's
just.
true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
I mean, I literally have a two monitor decent setup. You could just use this and just upload it from your thing. Be easy.
That's true.
But yeah, chat. It is man. I'm really excited for the mall stuff. I think they're doing some pretty cool things with that. So, and of course, I'm really excited to cover them on the channel. I slacked this last good month, but I've got a lot of plans for some comic stuff and some different lore video stuff. So, mall's going to be a big part of the channel going forward. So, that's pretty cool.
Do you know if we're supposed to get multiple seasons?
I do not. I do not. I have never heard anything about that. I would imagine that they do have plans for multiple seasons because I would venture to say this show is going to be pretty successful. Um, and so if it is, I think we're definitely gonna get more seasons. I do have something to say really quick. You and I discussed this slightly last night, so I just kind of wanted to bring it up. If you guys know Eckhart's Ladder is a big Star Wars YouTuber. He also loves Marvel and other stuff like that. He went to the theater recently and saw the new Avatar movie, and he said that something was very interesting to him was that all over the internet it's been talked about how Mandalorian and Grogu is going to flop, you know, and there's not excitement around it. But he said in a packed theater, there was more excitement and hype over the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer than there was for the Steve Rogers Avengers trailer. I find that very interesting. Um, dude, I mean, it's one of those things where like a lot of the hardcore fans are acting like Mandalorian and Grogu is not going to be good, but maybe there's still a lot of love for that little green dude, man. Maybe there's still a lot of love for him, dude.
I don't think it's going to be a bad movie at all.
No, me neither.
I just,
I want it to be connected. I want there to be something bigger than
I
Rada.
think the only thing that could hurt it is the fact that it is a film and not a season.
I do, in a way, agree. I do, in a way, agree.
Because, yeah, Star Wars does belong on the big screen, but this is what launched Disney Plus, and other than like season three, where there was moments where it wasn't very good, it's been very good as a
100%.
show. So taking that and adapting it to a film, I don't know.
And I believe it's still the most watched series on Disney Plus by far. So, yeah, I mean, I agree. I think moving it to the film, it's not my. Do you know what I think would have made it feel better?
Hmm.
A better name, a little more creativity in the name. Like, come on, man. And don't take me wrong.
That
I
name
know
is
they did
trash.
like Solo, but I mean, what do you do?
Like the Mandalorian and Grogu's name, not a cool name. Star Wars Starfighter, not a cool name.
Starfighter's okay. The Ninth Jedi,
That's sick.
Maul Shadow Lord,
That's sick.
um, Ahsoka. They weren't really.
Fate of the Old Republic, that's sick.
That's sick. That's sick. I agree. It's one of those things like they have some that just hit very, very good, and then they have some that were just like, what are we doing? Like we're and like I've heard people argue, oh, what about Iron Man or Captain America or Spider Man? And I get the argument, but that's the name. That was the name of the comics. It's not like they're just creating these out of thin air and then just they're all like that. Star Wars isn't all like that. So I kind of disagree with that take.
And like now Iron Man, that one, yeah, this is Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. But you get like Captain America, each one of those, like you have the first Avenger, you have the Winter Soldier, you have Civil War. Like those are all pretty sick. Spider-Man, I wasn't a massive fan of them doing a home for every movie. Because Homecoming, Far From Home, and
Hmm.
then No Way Home. I get why, but like those were kind of lame. Um,
Yeah.
Brand New Day is sick, but that is an actual comic run.
Oh, really? That's sick. Yeah, I didn't know that.
All right, this one is, as far as this movie goes, it's pretty big. We got a
Evan.
casting for, uh,
I never hit record.
are you messing with me?
Yeah. There it is, chat. A little Christmas gift to y'all. A little prank on Evan. He was like contemplating going to bed right there. Like you guys saw it, chat. He was ready to get off and go to bed. Like he was done. Did you think I was serious?
I didn't know what to think because, dude, you always cue me in. So I'm like, oh, yeah, we're good. But then I'm like, I'm taking your gifts back.
I
Gonna give you some coal.
probably deserve the call. Yeah, fair enough.
Huh.
All right.
Anyways, back to news and rumors. So for Man of Tomorrow, we finally have a casting for Brainiac, which he's never been done in live action before. So this is pretty big. Lars Eidinger is the actor who's playing him. He's some German actor. I've personally never heard of him. I might have seen him in something.
Mhm.
He looks like he could be pretty intimidating as a villain, though.
Who's he playing?
Brainiac, the
Oh,
main
that's
villain.
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh, so
So,
that has been confirmed that that's the main villain.
yep,
Sick.
he's not gonna have hair, obviously, but
Right.
there's something
Sick.
about guys named Lars playing villains.
Yep. Yep.
Other than Owen Lars, he just gets turned into a burnt skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a baseball player named Lars. Lars Nootbaar. Played for the Cardinals.
I did not know that.
Really?
I did not know that.
Yep.
But so that's pretty cool. We have the main villain, we have the confirmed villain, and it comes out on July. Let me go back to that post. Comes out July 9th of 2027.
That's sick.
But that's all I have for that one. And then the final piece of news and rumors before we get into the Ahsoka segment and Trey can cry. Um, it's not a good segment. Um, Mr. Sinister, the Sentinels, and Bolivar Trask, who is the creator of the Sentinels, they are all supposed to be reoccurring villains during the
Really?
mutant saga for X-Men. Yeah, which I'm honestly very pleased about because we've talked about it before. There's several villains in the MCU that I hate that are just one-offs. Like, you don't bring in these villains for one story and you kill them and then they're gone. It's a waste.
Hmm.
Like, like I want to have characters like Loki who are around a long period of time.
Yeah. Character development for a very long period. Yeah.
And like the mutant saga, I could see lasting for probably 10 years. It's going to probably be as long as um the Infinity Saga.
Dude, that's gonna be long. As that's gonna be less time than it takes them to make Eclipse, bro. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. So like the fact that they're gonna keep these X-Men villains around, I'm hyped for. There's other villains who are gonna end up showing up again. Like obviously we're getting Ultron back next year. So I'm happy about that as well. It's just there's so many good villains that have been wasted. Like you look at Black Panther. Black Panther, he has two main villains. That is Killmonger and that's Ulysses Claw. And what happens in Black Panther's own his very first movie? They kill both of them.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
That's another reason why you need to watch X-Men, bro. You need to know these characters more.
True. Very much true. Yeah.
Because, dude, the X-Men are sick, bro.
It's probably one of those things where like once I finish X-Men, well, obviously I want to finish it because I want to be able to talk about it when we do, when season 2 comes out of 97. And then same thing with Daredevil. I want to be able to talk about it here on the pod so I need to finish those. That's like that's a early 2026 checklist that I have. Is those two are on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely gotta watch Andor. I also need to watch Avatar 1 and 2 so we can go watch the third one in a couple weeks to watch the Doomsday trailer, the official
Yep.
teaser trailer.
Yep. Yeah, I have not, or I have seen both of those, the first two. So
I thought you meant the first two teaser trailers for Doomsday at first. I'm like, how did you see the second one? And why didn't you tell
yeah,
me?
yeah, no.
I
I
gotcha.
did actually today see a picture that said it was Thor from that
Mm.
next teaser. Did you see that?
Now, I believe I have the dialogue of what he's saying.
Ooh.
This is what the rumored dialogue for that scene is supposed to be. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm sure I have it screenshotted. That's like my entire camera roll is screenshots of news.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's yeah.
It's insane. Let's see. I think it's right here. Well, I guess not. I don't have the words. Basically, he's praying though to Odin.
Really?
This is what it's rumored to be. It's rumored to be showing him in the woods praying to Odin before the big battle to bring him back home safely to his daughter love.
Wow.
So again, it goes along with the theme of parenthood. Now, I did see this today though. Now this is a rumor, so don't take this with a grain of salt. It says in Avengers Secret Wars, Thor will reportedly be the only variant of the character to remember the events of Avengers Doomsday.
Interesting.
That was pretty crazy. And also for Doomsday, they're saying that Shang-Chi is rumored to have the ability to duplicate himself.
Ooh.
Big reason why that's important. Avengers Secret Wars, like the comic, a very important character in those comics is the Multiple Man. He's a mutant. Without the Multiple Man, it's impossible to defeat the Beyonders in those stories. Well,
Hmm.
we've never been introduced to the Multiple Man once in the MCU. So they're going to end up doing something with Shang-Chi, and he's going to end up taking on that role. So I could see Shang-Chi having a very important role in those movies.
Hmm. That'd be pretty cool. I did like Shang-Chi a lot. A lot.
He's a beast.
Yep. Did you had everything? All right, chat. We got a new a segment to do and talk a little bit about Ahsoka. It's being rumored that Ahsoka got delayed. Um, obviously, I'm pretty angry. I have to talk about this. It sucks. Yes, broken heart. It's pretty garbage if you ask me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into some of my bullet points. So Star Wars released the slate for 2026 and left off Ahsoka. The Star Wars projects in 2026 that we do know that we're getting are the Maul Shadow Lord series, the Mandalorian and Grogu film, the Ninth Jedi series, and then two video games, which is Star Wars Zero Company and Galactic Racer. Now, now obviously that's not including comics or books or anything like that because we are getting some of that next year as well, which we've even discussed today. Now, straight off of that list, I'm excited for next year. I think that list looks a lot better if Ahsoka's on it than it does without it. However, I'm still ride or die. We're here no matter what. I'm gonna do it no matter what. I'm excited no matter what, but I still wish it was on there. So the potential release is 2027. That's what's being rumored, which absolutely sucks. I can't think off the top of my head everything we're getting in 27, but I do know that we're getting another film, which is Starfighter, which is actually done filming. We haven't even discussed that, I don't think. But yeah, here's I think the biggest takeaway. If Ahsoka does come out in 2027, it will have taken them longer between season 1 and season 2 of Ahsoka than any stretch of the Star Wars movies. So any movie to the next one, it will have been longer for this show. That's awful. Like, I don't really get it. Andor did also take a while. Actually, did it? When did Andor season 2 come out? Was that this year?
Yes.
3 years for that one. Yeah. So this will still have been the longest of anything. Yeah, that's insane, dude. I'm not the biggest fan of that, especially because originally it was rumored that Dave's movie was going to be 27. So obviously, how far back is that getting pushed now? So that sucks. I mean, I hate that. I don't think it's the perfect move. However, I do also believe, kind of the same way we've been talking about Doomsday, if delaying it is going to give us the best version, then I am okay with it. But it still sucks as a fan knowing that I was so excited for that for next year, and now we might not get it. That sucks.
The way that I look at it, if it does get delayed, more time for you to be invited to the premiere.
Chat, he's got a daggone point. That's fair. That's fair. More time for me to get in the lab. Yeah. Dang it, Evan. Always coming at it with a crazy point of view, bro.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair.
imagine it came out in like August. That puts the crunch on. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
Brand New Day comes out in July.
Crunch is on. Yeah.
I have not got an email yet.
But yet. That's the point there. Because you will.
Speaking of that, like deadlines and stuff, and like heartbreak. Chat, I have to inform you. You are going to be heartbroken. I am not singing for Christmas. I am at 1696.
Dang it.
About 304 off. So, no Christmas song.
Dang it.
I just remembered that.
We have not lost hope. We still have 2 days.
Okay. How's 304 going to happen in 2 days?
Look, I saw my Minecraft channel gain more than that in 2 days. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Was this funny?
That cracked me up, dude. I was not expecting the mic just like been.
Look, I had something to say, bro. You know?
Like, bro, that's like me picking up my camera and moving it.
Yeah. But yeah, how do you feel about the Ahsoka stuff besides the obvious good point that you just made?
I am on. I would like to see it. I'm excited
Mhm.
to see it, but I honestly do think that delaying it, they have a reason, and they don't want to give us something that's trash. And I think a big reason why they're delaying it probably is because they're going to be doing some crazy stuff with the storyline, and that could be potentially bringing in Starkiller. And I don't want that rushed. I want that to be. I want them to take their time with that. Um, and I want it to be done right because you don't. Star Wars television right now is in a weird spot. Animated's great, but live action's in a weird spot because Andor, a lot of people love Andor, but they're moving away from Mando being as a show. The Acolyte did bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Skeleton Crew didn't do great. I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
that's not getting another season. Uh,
It's probably unlikely, yeah.
so like Star Wars live action television right now is kind of on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably are taking it as like, we need to make sure we get this right.
Well, it's either that, in which I do agree with everything you just said, or Dave really has a massive plan for his story and he wants to hit everything perfectly, in which I also still understand. Um, To be honest, I've heard a lot of people say that they believe Mando's going to connect to Ahsoka, and then obviously that's going to connect into the next thing, which is likely um, Dave's Heir to the Empire film. If it does all
Another.
connect, um,
Mhm.
I really think I feel like Ahsoka's going to be after that. So like the Mando stuff's gonna connect right into the next season. Like I think it's gonna lead into it. I just wish it was next August.
If that's the case, maybe another reason why it's getting delayed, because say Mando doesn't die in the film, and he is connected later on. I know he doesn't do a lot of the work, just the voice. Pedro's a busy guy, and he's working on Secret Wars. So that could be another reason why it got delayed. He might not be able to work on what he's supposed to be doing yet for that,
Oh, for Ahsoka?
or future stuff
Well, future
if they
stuff,
are
yeah.
tied together yet.
Well, the I think the most confusing part about the delay of Ahsoka for me, again, chat. This is all being speculated. It's not confirmed that it's been delayed. They just left it off of the slate. Um, I think it's called a media crate or media kit or something. They left it off. Anyway, the crazy part about it being delayed for me is that they're finished filming. Like so it's not the filming aspect that is getting delayed. It's whatever they're doing with all of their CG and everything like that. So I don't know, man. I think I think your point was phenomenal. It does give me more time to get in the lab, which is really actually really cool. Because if we're being honest, I feel like me wanting to get to the Ahsoka premiere is like you with Brand New Day. I put that one above Mando and above Starfighter. So yeah, I mean if it's a late 27, that does give me time. That
That's
does
like
give me time.
around 2 years.
Close, yeah. I mean if it because the first season came out in August of what 23. So if it does come out in August of 27, that gives me a year and a good chunk.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean I do agree with that point. It's one of those things where like, of course, there we go. Let's see it. You haven't done it. Yeah. Come on, Chad. It wouldn't be a Nerd Bros episode without it, right?
Without
But
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's just one of those things that just, as a fan, I want it now. To be honest, I wanted to see Ahsoka season 2 last year, right? But that's just because we want it. But if it has to take that long to get us the best version, I am fine with it.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of things are getting delayed though.
Dude, I think that's the biggest problem with Star Wars. How many games have gotten delayed and then we just haven't heard anything ever again? How many games have gotten announced and we just haven't heard anything ever again? Um,
Hmm.
yeah. You know what would be the most wild thing ever is if we were originally supposed to get Ahsoka in 26, okay, but it does get delayed until 27, and then we get a surprise drop. We get a crazy trailer beginning of 26, and then we get Battlefront 3 before Ahsoka season 2. How wild would that be? How wild would that be?
Or Lego announces their next project is Lego Clone Wars.
Hey, yo, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that. I do think I prefer Battlefront 3 over Lego Star Wars Clone Wars, but I would be very okay with that. Very okay with that.
Speaking of delays, Doomsday.
We gonna get another one?
I read today Doomsday and Marvel, they have they're talking about their date for December 18th of 2026. They locked it in.
Really?
They locked it in Japan, which is huge. And the big reason why that's huge, they were talking about delaying it because of what's coming out at the same time. And that's
W-
Dune 3. Dude, they can call it Doomsday.
That's it. That's it. Doomsday. That's sick.
Dude, I haven't seen any of the Dunes. Um, but yeah, dude. So they locked it in. It's not getting delayed.
That's crazy. That's sick. Okay. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I've seen the first Dune. I very much enjoyed it. I have not seen the second one. I totally understand why people love it. There's no way in the world I could be convinced that Disney has an Avengers film as big as Doomsday on the slate and is afraid of Dune. I can't be convinced of that. There's no way.
Like, bro,
I feel like Dune is more of a niche drop than Avengers. No? Am I crazy?
I can see that.
Yeah. Um I think there's because of how good Marvel did the last decade or since 2008. I think dude, that's been a long time now. That's
That'd
17
be
years.
almost 18 years.
Golly, dude. Yeah. I feel like as good as it's done then, Marvel has been put on a very different level. And I feel like it's not so much of just a nerdy love anymore. It's a lot more of a casual thing. I don't feel like Dune is there yet. I could be very wrong. I don't know a ton about Dune, but I don't think it's on the same level as that. So I don't really see why they would be afraid of it.
Dune's got a massive cast though,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Robert Pattinson's playing the villain in the next Dune movie.
Oh, they definitely have some. They took some big swings on that cast, dude.
I
Big.
honestly think, I honestly think there's very few films that Marvel should be afraid of, like having at the same time. One of them, I'm not even kidding. I think it's the Batman Part Two.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hit.
That's gonna be $1 billion movie.
I sure hope so. The first one made in the 700s. So, and to be honest, I kind of wish I saw it a couple more times in theater.
Yeah,
Yeah. I also wish we went with a different group. Not fully, but
you and me both, buddy.
not fully. There was three of the people that went with us that I would go with again.
Maybe by the time the next one comes out, I can take my next fiance.
That's it. That's it right there.
The next fiance, not the ex fiance.
That's right. That's right.
Wishes she was Beyonce.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that segment. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, I think there's some good things about it,
Mm-hmm.
about the delay.
You know what I just thought of?
Hmm.
Beyonce, fiance, Beyonce, fiance, fiance, Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce.
Chat, Evan's been doing those a lot. Yeah, Rose came down hard was rough.
Lamar Jamar guitar, Lamar Jamar guitar. Bojo, Bojo, Joe, Bojo, Bobo.
Bro, we should do some Star Wars and Marvel ones. That'd be kind of sick.
That'd be fun.
I did just think about something. Do we want to? No, go ahead.
All right,
I changed my mind.
all right, ladies and gentlemen. We got one more segment before we do our Christmas movie draft and then Stranger Things. And this one is going to be just a little bit of updates we have on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Um, Obviously, we've talked about it earlier. With this being like the thing that I want to be invited to the most out of all the projects, a lot more Brand New Day content is going to start be coming out on my channel. I just released a video last week. I probably got 2 or 3 more that are planned coming out soon around all of this news and rumors. But as far as characters, they're saying there's potential that um, Kingpin, they might have actually got the rights to him, and he might be showing up in this movie. Um, and if that's
Ooh,
the case, I think that's sick. Um, Rosario Dawson might be showing up in this movie as the night nurse, which that's getting a lot more traction. Um, Apparently, the Rhino could be making a cameo in this film. The Chameleon may end up being the main big villain of this film. There's a character named Frederick Foswell who's from the comics. He's pretty cool. He's like a gangster, but he might be in this film. I really think they're going to be doing a villain montage like they did in the Fantastic Four.
really?
Yeah, you're
Interesting.
going to see a lot of Spider-Man villains that we've never seen before.
Mm.
There's also a theory going around now that there's a drug that is being basically sold on the streets by Tombstone and his gang. Um, but this drug is also getting distributed to people, and they are becoming villains. Like we get like Boomerang and the Tarantula and all this other stuff, and it's because this drug is enhancing them with it. Um, but we've also heard that we might be getting Peter Parker having issues with his powers in this movie. I don't know how true this is, but the theory is that if he is having trouble with his powers, it could be because they injected him with that drug, and instead of him being enhanced, it's actually taking away from his powers.
Jeez.
And it's kind of gonna be like Spider-Man 2 with Toby, how he like had struggles with his own powers.
Mm-hmm.
He basically he about gave up being Spider-Man.
Interesting. That's pretty slick. That's pretty sick.
Also,
Really quick. The
what?
brand new day slate, we were just talking about the Dune, how cool how big their list of actors and actresses are. But the character list in Brand New Day is getting pretty crazy. Because if they throw
I do.
Kingpin into all this other stuff that we've been talking about on the pod for months, that's insane, dude. Like that's a big name to add into that, which we already have a big cast or a big
Right,
character list.
because we got Spider-Man, we got MJ, Ned, we got the Punisher, we got Scorpion,
Sadie
we
Sink's
have
character, we don't know about.
Sadie Sink's character. We have the what was it? Oh, Tombstone. There's a character played by Lisa Colon Zayas. I think she's gonna be working for the police. There's a lot. Tremel Tillman, who his character is actually pretty interesting because it's rumored that he might be the head of the Department of Damage Control, which the Department of Damage Control is rumored to
Damage
be after
control,
some. Yeah.
like Bailey and Asuka and Io Sky, that damage,
Oh my gosh.
that damage control.
Oh my god. So, but he's supposed to be in charge of it, and it's rumored that the Department of Damage Control is after Sadie Sink. Um, and it's talk there,
Hmm.
and a big reason being is there's a rumor that the Department of Damage Control could actually become the anti-mutant task force who is against mutants in the MCU. And if that's the case, it kind of pushes more that she is a mutant, which I really do think she's going to be Jean Grey. Um,
Really?
that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think she's Jean Grey, bro.
Is
Um,
that what you want? Is that like the absolute
I
what
think so.
you want that more than being Toby's daughter?
Big reason being is the multiversal stuff is going to end
Yeah,
pretty soon, and she's a big actress to bring into the MCU to only have for like 2 movies.
that's fair.
That's another reason why I don't think she's the villain of this film, because why on earth is she in Avengers: Secret Wars, and that's confirmed by Deadline? If she's a villain, she's probably not. She's probably a hero.
I will say, what we talked about last week could be really cool.
Oh,
You
Gwen.
her being Gwen, and then what's his name being Miles.
Yeah.
That could be
Caleb.
sick, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb McLaughlin. Yeah, that could be sick.
So I don't know, but it is rumored that the Punisher is protecting her in this film, from the Department of Damage Control. But she gets captured at some point, and then Spider-Man ends up rescuing her. Um,
Mm,
I think the trailer that was leaked, which we talked about a little bit, is doing a very good job at painting her as a villain. I
really?
did make a video talking about who she could potentially be. Make sure you go watch it if you have not. But I have a new theory about who of what's happening. Because if the chameleon is supposed to be in this movie, which there's concept art of the chameleon in this movie, obviously he takes on he has several different masks. He's a master of disguise. That's why he's called the chameleon. Um, and he basically pretends to be people. I think that he's pretending to be Jean Grey, and
Really?
she's getting framed, and it's why she looks like the bad guy when in reality she's not. So that's why Damage Control is after her because they think that she's the villain when she's not. And so I think that the chameleon possibly is the main villain of this movie.
Right. Interesting.
Um, Also, when it comes to the Hulk, they're talking about we've talked about this a little bit. They're talking about the Hulk killing somebody in this film, possibly multiple people. But that I guess is going to be the reason why he will not be in Avengers Doomsday because there's supposed to be some devastating event that happens in Brand New Day that involves several characters and basically the heroes of Earth 616 are disturbed by what happened, and they come up with a plan to keep the Hulk separated from humanity. Well, that sounds exactly what leads into the World War Hulk storyline, which I know we've done a lot of it in the MCU, but that kind of sounds like they're restarting, maybe doing a new version of World War Hulk so we can still get that movie.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because that's one of the projects I would say I want the most. Because the more you tell me about World War Hawk, bro,
Dude, you got to read that comic run.
yeah,
It's amazing.
I do have Invincible on my list now for
Yes.
reasons that chat will find out um Thursday. Stay tuned, chat.
Couple more things. Zendaya is rumored. See, Trey and I kind of talked about this a little bit on Saturday, but we haven't talked about it with you guys yet. Zendaya, her character, is rumored to have a new boyfriend in this film, and it's being heavily speculated that her new boyfriend is Harry Osborn,
Hmm.
which they've talked about recently, um, wanting to bring a version of Green Goblin into the MCU for Tom Holland. So if Harry Osborn shows up, that means Norman Osborn's right around the corner.
Interesting. So, is there thoughts on who will play Harry Osborn?
There's an actor, his name's Harris Dickinson. I'm not too familiar with him. I've seen this report before about somebody who looks and acts like him is what they're aiming for. It might be him, it might be just other actors who are very similar. Um, so probably someone still around their age, like late 20s, probably playing him.
What would you think about Timothy Chalamet?
I would love it. Um, I think Timothy Chalamet would be an awesome Harry
I do
Osborn.
too. I do too.
So if they kept that under wraps and they filmed this movie with Timothy Chalamet and nobody knew about it, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another character who has been rumored heavily to be in this film is Yelena Belova.
Mm.
So apparently,
I like that for
he's
obvious
the
reasons.
oh yeah, love Florence Pugh,
Hmm.
but apparently she's going to be the leader of the new Avengers. Um, and
Oh,
she will be the only member of the team to appear in this movie. I think it's kind of it's going to be very brief. I feel like I think she's kind of scouting Spider Man because remember she doesn't know who he is. She never met him. Um, well, she doesn't remember. But I think that she's going to try to recruit him to be a part of the Avengers, and I genuinely think Tom's going to say no.
really?
I think he's going to be on his own. I think that
Hmm.
would be an awesome. Now he's going to get involved in Secret Wars whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
Um, but I think he might end up being a standalone character for a long time.
I don't hate that.
It kind of gives the fans what they've wanted for a long time. Tom being on his own.
Yeah.
And maybe he teams up with people at some point, or maybe he'll help out, but maybe not just being a part of it.
Right. Because
So,
it was a big part of him being part of the Avengers was a big part of the storyline. So yeah.
so, and obviously, when it comes to Secret Wars, they've talked about Spider Man. They're talking about him getting the black suit. I'm sticking with that. I believe this theory wholeheartedly. I did this months ago. I think that Spider-Man is going to die, and I think that he's going to get the black suit by the end of this film because this movie ties into Secret Wars and not Doomsday. So I think that's going to be the case. And then the only other thing I have as far as updates for this, the director Destin Daniel Cretton, who obviously was the director of Shang-Chi, um, he calls Spider-Man: Brand New Day his most rewarding film that he's ever been a part of.
Interesting.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's
Shang-Chi was
interesting.
great.
Yeah. Shang-Chi was great. Very much. Give me one sec.
So a lot of really good news when it comes to Brand New Day.
100%. 100%. Yeah, the closer we get, the more excited I am for Brand New Day. I still think I'm probably more excited for Brand New Day than Doomsday. But I think that's just because Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel character, and it's not even kind of like with. I mean, it's kind of like with Batman. I'm more excited for the Batman Part 2 than anything else that we know is confirmed with the DCU. Like it's not even
Oh,
close.
100%.
Yeah, and even like I'm more excited about the rumors of there being um a whole new Batman stuff in the DCU than the rest of the DCU. It's just that it's that same thing.
Well, my brother, you ready for this Christmas movie draft?
Very, very much.
We doing a snake? Or are we doing back and forth?
Let's go back and forth.
All right. Let me get the wheel. Trey's won the last couple wheel spins, so
I have, very shockingly. So what we're doing, chat, is I'm just saying this for the clip, by the way, because we're gonna post this on Christmas Eve. So what we're doing, everybody, is a Christmas movie draft. So we're each going to be drafting 7 Christmas movies, and then we want you guys to comment down below in the comments who won, who had the better list. So like I said, we're doing 7, and we're just going to go back and forth after Evan spins and tells us who has first.
all right.
I think I know what movie's going first anyway. So
Wheel is spinning. And it is. I won!
all right, chat.
Finally! All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a no brainer for me. If you personally know me, then you obviously know what my first pick's going to be. It's Christmas with the Cranks.
Dude,
I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
thinking that. I was thinking that. That's the funniest part about that. I was like, watch him say Christmas with the Cranks. That is scary. That is so
Bro,
scary, bro.
nah, give me Elf. Give me Elf.
Yeah, he's taking Elf. Very, very. I'm gonna be honest. If I got the first pick, I was gonna do it just because. I mean,
That's messed.
but with my first pick, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Santa Claus.
That's cool. I figured that was coming.
Yep.
My second pick, this is probably like tied for my favorite Christmas movie. Um, and that's the Santa Claus 2.
Ooh. All right, chat. Now's where it gets a tad bit tough. Let's see. Hmm. I'm gonna take a classic here, a smaller movie, but give me Rudolph.
Interesting. Pick number 3. Give me How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Which
Live
one?
action.
Okay.
Jim Carrey.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the OG.
Okay. Pick number 4 for me. Give me the Polar Express.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. With my 4th pick, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and take A Christmas Story. A classic.
Trey's taking A Christmas Story. Pick number 5 for me. I'm going to take A Christmas Carol.
Ooh, that was my next one. That's good. That is good. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me Frosty the Snowman.
Dang it, that was going to be one of my last 2. Good poll. Dang. All right. If you grew up in the early 2000s, this movie is definitely for you. Give me Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Love
That's a
that
good pull.
movie.
Good pull. I'm gonna take another classic, from 1965. Another really old short one.
No.
Give me Charlie Brown Christmas.
Gosh dang it, Trey. That was going to be my last pick.
Really?
Yep. I got to think about it. Okay. Let's see.
There's gonna be some good ones left off here.
Absolutely.
Christmas Carol was a good pull, dude.
There's one that you haven't taken, and I'm actually kind of shocked you haven't taken.
I think there's a couple. Oh my goodness, chat. I'm stupid. I didn't take my second favorite Christmas movie.
Second favorite.
Now I have two. Now I have something getting left off. I screwed up, chat. Evan, let's do 10. I'm pulling a U.
We're doing 10.
We're doing 10. I'm pulling a U. Chat, this happens every time we do a draft. We end up saying 7 and we end up going, all right, let's do 10. Yeah. Yeah.
I had to look them up. I'm like blanking on Christmas movies at the moment.
Can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that.
I got a question.
What?
Are we doing legit Christmas movies, or are we doing movies that are also set around Christmas?
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, if that's what you're asking me.
I don't agree. Well, no, sorry, I agree with you. I don't think it is. But there's other movies that can be counted as Christmas movies because Christmas is in that movie, even though it's not a Christmas movie.
If you want to pick Harry Potter, I will allow it.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Again, I'm leaving Die Hard out and probably Harry Potter too, to be honest. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I've got my next pick.
All right, go ahead.
Home Alone 2.
Oh, Home Alone 2? All right, then I'm taking
I
Home
think
Alone.
Home Alone 2 is better.
I'm taking Home Alone. Because that is the one that's my second favorite that I left off.
I figured.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, nah. I won't do. I won't go and do movies like that because there's a couple that I definitely could pull, and I'm like, they technically fit the Christmas genre because there's Christmas in those movies, but I
Right.
won't do that.
Right.
Um, this is where it gets tougher though.
Oh yeah, it is.
Um, give me the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh. What are we on? 8, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and snag a sleeper that I saved for later because I knew he wasn't gonna take it. Give me Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, you knew I wouldn't take that. That's the one I thought you were going to take.
Yeah. I've already seen it 3 times. I was holding. I was holding.
Give me the Santa Claus 3.
Mm, that stings. All right. I'm gonna take one that took me a long time to kind of make it one of my favorites, but I would put it in my top 20 because that's pretty much what we're doing by just combining these because most of yours are gonna be on mine too. Give me Christmas with the Cranks. Another Tim
So
Allen.
I about to say, we each have 2 Tim Allen movies.
Yep.
Hmm.
I think my 10th is gonna surprise you.
Really?
Yeah.
This last one's got to be a good pick.
It does need to be a good pick because mine's a banger and I know you love it, but I don't think you're thinking it. So I'm gonna leave that right there. And if you don't love it, you're insane. That's to you, chat. I loved it growing up. I forget what year it came out. Let me look that up. Wow, that came out longer ago than I thought.
Give me, for my 10th and final pick, give me Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Ready for my 10th pick, chat?
Hmm.
With my 10th pick, ladies and gentlemen, give me Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas.
I knew you were taking that.
Yeah, that's a banger, bro.
My family watched that last night.
Really?
They asked if I wanted to play. If I wanted to watch it, I'm like, I'm playing a game right now.
Yeah, that's a banger. I'm gonna go ahead
So
and
that's
run
your
through
top.
my list, chat. Um, okay. Once again, we said 7. We did 10. I had the Santa Claus, Rudolph, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original animated. Um, I guess you could call it a short. A Christmas Story, Frosty the Snowman, A Charlie Brown Christmas, Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Christmas with the Cranks, and Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas. It's a banger
For
list, dude.
my top 10, the goat of Christmas movies, Elf.
It's a banger.
The Santa Claus 2,
Banger.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas live action with Jim Carrey. The Polar Express.
Banger.
A Christmas Carol. Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. Home Alone 2. Nightmare Before Christmas. The Santa Claus 3. And Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
That's crazy.
It's like the Battle of the Titans.
That's crazy.
I would say that those are probably the top 20 Christmas movies. Obviously you got like old school like Miracle on
Oh yeah.
34th Street and like White Christmas. Shout out to your
White
mom.
Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying. My mom's
The,
if my mom sees this, she's gonna be mad I didn't put it on here.
the, there's
Like,
3 movies that I consider putting on here that aren't Christmas movies but could be considered Christmas movies.
what were those?
One of them is Narnia.
Mm.
That's technically on the holiday list for Disney.
So were
The
you
second
thinking
one
were
is
you thinking Home Alone wasn't Christmas movie?
no.
Oh, okay. Because you asked that question and then took Home Alone 2. I was like,
Nah.
all right.
It was Batman Returns.
Ooh, really?
And also Iron Man 3.
Interesting.
You also got Hawkeye and the
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
The Star Wars Christmas special. What am I doing?
We didn't take Marvel or Star
We
Wars
didn't.
at
We
any
didn't.
slot. All
No.
right, we're making an 11th slot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a Star Wars Christmas special.
I'm gonna take Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yep. Yeah, that was look, I'm gonna be honest. I think those are 2 very good lists.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
cannot believe, chat, that I let Home Alone slip that low and Home Alone 2. I don't know what I was thinking. I would have taken both of those before Rudolph. Like I don't know what I was doing.
I'm
But
honestly shocked you didn't pick the Polar Express.
yeah, it slipped. Polar Express slipped. Home Alone and Home Alone 2 slipped because Home Alone I would never have taken it as low as 7 because that was our original last pick. And so and then there was another one I thought you took that I let slip. I let something go too far. Oh, Christmas
What, Santa
Vacation.
Claus 3?
Oh, I mean Santa Claus 3, yeah, but Christmas Vacation I would have never taken that low either. But the only reason I did is because I knew you weren't taking that one, so I was trying to fill some other slots in first. But yeah, I'm happy with my list, chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got my top 2.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I got my top 2, even though one of them I took at 7. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm cool with that. I am still happy, obviously, with Rudolph and Christmas Story. There's also the second Christmas Story that wasn't taken. But
I was hoping to snag at least one of Rudolph or Frosty.
yeah, I was able to grab the classics. So I am very
Frosty
much,
was one I wanted, bro.
yeah, I'm very much happy I grabbed the classics. I'm upset I let Home Alone 2 slip. I am upset I let Home Alone 2 slip. That is one of my favorites. Banger. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing this clip. If you're not watching it on the pod, you're seeing it on Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas, everyone. We hope you have an amazing day tomorrow. We'll see you all in the next video. And now we continue the pod chat. That's what happens. That's what happens when you got a clip. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big segment. Oh, you, my brother, you can take it.
Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 2 predictions. Basically, I don't think we're going to get unscathed in this segment. Volume 1, we lucked out. We didn't have any major character deaths at
Yeah, we're
all.
not making it through this one.
So, honestly, before we get into like what characters we think are going to get off and stuff in this few episodes, here's the run times for the final 4 episodes, including the finale, which will come out on New Year's. So, episode 5, 6, and 7 will be out on Christmas. Episode 5 is 1 hour and 8 minutes. Episode 6 is 1 hour and 15 minutes. And episode 7 is 1 hour and 6 minutes.
And then the finale is a big one, 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Ridiculous.
Incredible run times, in my opinion. We're staying up all Christmas night and watching them. We're pretty excited for that. There's a lot that I think's gonna. It's one of those things where I've seen people say that they believe the big things are gonna happen in 7, and then 8 is going to be all like a time jump. I don't think I'm there. I don't think I fully believe that. I think eight's going to be the big climax, the big everything. But if they did do that, that would be wild. I think I would feel underwhelmed, to be honest.
I agree. I, d- I did see, though, the Duffer Brothers said that every theory that has
Is
been put
wrong.
online so wrong.
Yeah, which is insane.
After they said that, though, I did see a new theory about episode 5
Hmm.
because it's called Shock Jock.
Mhm.
So, for a long time, people have been speculating that, oh, Steve's gonna die because he's the jock, and they've talked about him not knowing how to do stuff with electricity. Um, there's stuff about Robin because she's the one who's like the radio host, and like they call them like jockeys and stuff. The newest theory actually has some proof from the trailer. In the trailer, one of the Demogorgons that like will snap the pieces, they have it, and it's like strapped down, and they are like electrocuting it. They
Hmm.
think that basically, I don't know if it's going to be physically or if they're going to use that Demogorgon and Will is going to control that Demogorgon with his mind, kind of like riding the Demogorgon. So Will is they're going to shock it to be alive again,
Piggyback. Yeah.
and he's going to be the jockey, like a horse jockey. And he's going to go into the upside down, and that's how it's going to go through the wall to save Max and, why am I blanking on her name?
Ollie.
Holly. Because
Wow.
the Demogorgons can go through the wall.
That's insane. I like that.
So maybe Steve isn't dying in episode 5.
Or maybe we're all just stupid and none of us got it right.
True.
That's actually a really cool theory, though. I had not heard that one. That's they put a lot of thought into that. I like that a lot.
Like, I forget, it was Finn Wolford. He was talking about he was describing the episodes in like one word. And he described episode 5. He said it was crispy. I'm assuming it's because they're shocking that thing back to life.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Um, I don't remember the other two. One of them, somebody said break out the tissues. And I don't remember if it was episode 6 or 7.
Chat. If Steve dies, I'm gonna be upset.
Like, dude,
I do want to do something though. So before we go into the characters that we think will die, do you have any 3 characters you think are safe, 100% safe, not gonna die, locked in?
I definitely have two.
Okay.
Max and Holly.
Interesting. Um,
And a third.
I think Max is safe. Holly, I don't 100% know. I would imagine she is. Who's your third?
Derek.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably yeah.
I don't think the kids do.
So I would say the most safe. Again, Max 100%. Dude, I don't think Mike's dying at all.
No, I can't see Mike dying.
I can't see Mike dying. And to be honest, at this point, I don't think Hopper dies.
Is it because the flashback pictures? Or the time
The
jump pictures?
flashback picture or the time jump pictures are a big part of it, but I also feel like there was so much feeling of Hopper dying in the first volume, and then it was just so like yeah, he's fine. He's totally fine. I just I see him as one of the most safe. And there's a couple of reasons. I'm going to say this. I'm going to make this first statement because I'm not going to fully say it. I think it's also a reason that I think Mike's fully safe is because of the two characters with powers. I think for that same reason, I think Hopper's fully safe
So
because Eleven's
th-
going to do everything she can to save him because that's her dad at this point, and that is Will's mom's lover. I'm just saying. I think he's safe for those reasons.
so let's do this. We're gonna have a category for safe and this character for not a category for not safe. So right now in our safe category, we got Holly, we got Mike, and we got Hopper for sure.
Yep. Yep. Oh, Max.
Yeah, Matt. Oh, sorry, Max, Mike, and Hopper is what I wrote.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I would say I agree with Holly. Now I will say, chat, we're not going to put every character that's not safe. But okay, every character that we don't have in the safe category, we don't think is 100% going to die. We're just
No.
saying like we think those four are locked in safe. Is pretty much kind of what we're. Now the ones I think
Oh,
are really not safe. Let's call it really not safe instead of just not safe. Because I think Steve's dying.
really?
Mhm.
100%.
I really think Jonathan. Jonathan's probably my number one.
I think Jonathan is definitely there. I'm down to put Jonathan in
Yeah.
that category.
Ooh. There's another character I think is very safe. Bro, Joyce ain't dying, bro.
I think I was thinking that as well, mainly because of how Vecna just tossed her to the side.
Yeah, he wasn't killing her. And it's not even just that. Um, I think I very much agree with Wafello's take. You you can't, by the way, shout out Escape Pod. You can't have her character arc all about saving Will. Well, I guess that's why you don't kill Will. But I don't feel like you kill Joyce either, to be honest. Actually, I don't really think Will would let that happen at this point. Unless it
If we're
was,
going,
unless he only had two choices and it was to save her or Mike, he might die.
second for the category of really not safe, 11.
You don't think?
I don't think she's making it, dude.
Do we think Henry dies or Vecna?
Are we counting them as the same, or are we
Yeah,
counting them as different?
just the whole character.
We all I think Vecna's gonna die.
I do too.
So we got Jonathan and Vecna, and we'll make that third category the unsure. We'll do it the unsure, safe, really not safe, and unsure.
Unsure. I'm gonna say Robin. Ooh,
I agree.
I do have a not safe because I talked about it last week. Vicky. I think Vicky dies. Pretty sure that's her name. Did I get that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about. Obviously, we've already put Mike on here. Let's talk about the other three of the main four.
Hmm.
What we think about Lucas?
I think Lucas is safe,
Safe?
and yeah, and to be honest, I think Will's safe.
Really? I'm unsure about Will.
Yeah, I think Will's safe. If you want to put him on unsure, that's perfectly fine.
I'm putting him there just because I still don't believe 100% that he's not going to get trapped into the Upside Down.
Hmm, that's fair. That's fair. So obviously with those leaks about the time jump thing, I'm kind of there are people that believe everybody dies except them two. And that kind of has me a slight bit worried, but I also I don't dude, I don't I don't think that little love triangle of Nancy and Steve and Jonathan, I don't think they all three die, bro. There's no
Where you got
way.
Nancy?
I think Nancy's the most safe.
Out of the
Although,
three, yeah.
however, I say that because I believe both of them would sacrifice themselves for her, but at the same time, I could, bro, hear me out. I could see her sacrificing herself for Steve.
Not her over Dustin, though.
I don't think he's safe.
Dustin.
You die, I die.
So,
Yeah, I don't think he's safe.
okay, so you're putting him in the category with like Jonathan.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
Nancy, I'm going to go unsure.
Nancy's unsure, and Steve we're putting really not safe.
Yep. I'm going to say something that's going to hurt my heart. It's probably going to hurt yours too. I think Murray dies.
Oh, I don't want that, bro.
I think Murray dies.
That one does hurt. I like Murray.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of how I'm starting to feel about Robin, bro. I wasn't the biggest fan the last two seasons, but she grew on me a lot this season. I like her a lot more.
So who else we got? I think Erica is safe.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't think they're, at least not in a gory way. They're not going to kill a kid like that. I wouldn't imagine.
No, I think Erica's safe, and I definitely think Derek is safe.
Yeah, Derek's probably safe. I'll tell you who's not safe.
Argyle.
The the doctor, the gray-haired lady.
Oh, Dr. K.
Yeah, she's getting offed, bro.
I agree.
There's no way. There's no way she survives.
What about 8?
I don't think she makes it out. Yeah, to be honest, I think 8 dies.
So I think the last character we got is 11.
I think she dies.
I think so too.
She may sacrifice herself for Mike and Hopper.
So this is our final list.
It's not. We got Mrs. Wheeler.
I think Mrs. Wheeler and Mr. Wheeler are safe.
Really? I don't know. Here's why I say I don't know. Those Demogorgons in the one trailer were in that hospital.
That's true, and they do make it look like they're coming after Max.
Yes, they do. However, they're still in that hospital.
I think Mr. Wheeler, Mrs.
Really?
Wheeler, I'm unsure.
You think Mr. Wheeler's gonna die? We haven't even seen him since. It feels like it's
Yeah.
been so long, chat. It's been almost a month. Yeah, I don't know.
We can put both of them in unsure.
Yeah. Ooh, there is one last character.
Hmm.
Is the Mind Flayer safe or not safe? I think he's
Both
dying.
dead.
Yeah, it's dead. Yeah.
He's gonna get flayed.
Yep.
All
After he
right.
kills
So
Vecna.
our final list. We have this is our safe characters. This is who we think's making it out of the show. Max, Mike, Hopper, Holly, Joyce, Lucas, Erica, and Derek.
Hmm.
These are unsures. Robin, Will, Nancy, and Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler.
Yep.
And then this is where we get to the area of like, man, we're probably going to be crying over a few of these. Jonathan, Vecna, Vicky, Dustin, Steve, Murray. Those three right there, I'm gonna ball.
Yeah.
Um, Dr. K, 8, 11, and the Mind Flayer.
Hmm. Yeah, that's rough. Um. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of deaths. I think we to be honest, that sounds like a very. I think we might have this spot on, bro.
That's 10 big character deaths. And and with the potential of it going up from 10 to 15 if the unsures also don't make it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think there's gonna be more deaths than that, but I mean, just out of the characters that we really know, I think that's the most accurate list, to be honest.
Yeah, so 10 to 15 probably going to go, and we have 8 that we don't think is going to be safe, that we don't think is going to die. 8.
That's pretty crazy.
Do we think Eddie makes an appearance?
Mm. I don't think Barb does. I'll say that. I'll say that. Barb's gone. She gone, chat. She ain't coming back. And we know this, bro. Eddie,
We're,
there's a
yeah,
chance.
we remember when Barb got eaten. She was not having a good time.
I forgot about that. Steve was a little busy too. That's crazy.
Pulled out his Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah, Barb's she's chop chat. Um I think Eddie could make an appearance.
That'd be sick.
I do. Um I I'm not gonna I wouldn't lock that in. I wouldn't put a bet on that. But I do think there's a shot. They've said multiple times that it's not happening. I think it'd be really unfortunate if it doesn't happen. Because he was probably the greatest character in that season, maybe besides Max. In my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I'm also really excited to learn more about the whole Max situation and why he won't go near her where she was. I think that's really cool. I'm pretty excited for that part too.
Do you think we're going to get the dragon?
Ooh, I think that would be cool, but I sadly think the Mind Flayer is the main villain.
What if the Mind Flayer takes the form of the dragon?
That would be sick. You talking about that three-headed dragon?
I don't see why you would tease that if it's not going to be in the show.
I do agree. Yeah, I do
It's
agree.
just that's like a detail that just it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it does. I very much agree. I feel like it's
All
something you
right.
kind of. I mean, we need a little bit of answer to it anyway.
Do you think we are going to see 11 eating Eggos ever again?
No, I think before she dies, you'll have some scene like that. Yeah, I do actually.
I was gonna say I would die. Very first scene we see is them eating breakfast and they're having Eggos.
Yep. Yep. I do think we will.
Who do we think the last character to talk to 11 is going to be? Hopper or Mike?
Hopper.
It has to be Hopper.
Hopper. Yep. Yep.
Or will it be Vecna?
It could be a flashback with Papa.
Oh,
That could hit. I'm gonna be honest.
do we think they're gonna turn Vecna good?
Yes,
I do too.
I very much do think we're. Uh, I feel like there's gonna be a moment where I do think he's still gonna fight 11 and 8 at some point before they get to the big whoever they're fighting at the end. And I think at some point she's going to. I think it's going to be a very similar situation to Ray and Kylo, where she was calling him Ben. I think we're going to get the Henry thing. Like I think she's gonna call him Henry, and it's gonna like just start clicking in his head that he's not really the bad guy.
I like that.
Yeah. Another
I am
callback
looking
to
forward.
nine.
Yes,
Yep.
I am looking forward to seeing the tie-in with the clock, with all the kids,
What was
and
the
like
point?
why Vecna's obsessed with clocks.
Yep. Yep.
I'm also really curious to see what they tell us the Upside Down is.
Of course. Of course. I agree. 100%. Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know if
I,
I got anything else.
I don't think I got anything else, bro. Yeah. That's our volume 2 predictions chat. Of course, after this volume, um, you know what? This will be next week's episode, right? Predictions for the finale.
Yep. Like review and prediction at the end, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, review and prediction. That's going to be a banger chat. Next week's episode is going to be 100% Stranger Things related. That will be it, just like the last review that we did. Um, and then the next episode will also be Stranger Things only after that. Oh man, that's going to be the first one of 26.
The last one at 25 and the first one at 26.
Yep. We're ending the first year on the pod with Stranger Things, starting our second year with Stranger Things. That's pretty cool. Kobe episode's a wrap, chat. Was another banger. The hats are fire. It's the first time I think I've wore more than one hat, or maybe two. Yeah, chat. I'm always locked in with the hat, but you already know. Had to go with the Star Wars vibe. Evan's just Santa. Evan to Claus.
Event to Claus. Hold up. Where we at? There it is.
Hold on. I have to show it. Oh, there it is. Y'all see that?
Event to Claus.
Yep.
Event to Claus and Oh Christmas Trey.
Oh, Christmas Trey. You already know what it is. We do hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. Hope you spend it with the loved ones. Hope you guys still, like he said at the beginning, remember the reason for the season, man. It's been your boys. We'll see you on the next one.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, chat.